Oh hey, how's it going? I'm doing my recap of day 3 on the Art and Excitement Tour. So day 3 was amazing. It was pretty damn fun overall. I mean, first of all, because I reached my destination. Oh, this is falling right over. I reached my destination, Montreal. I made it. What is that? There we go. And then, but it was also the worst day because I slept in a bus shelter last night, and one very important thing I realized is that I do not know how to sleep in a bus shelter. I was walking. I was planning on getting to Montreal. I walked like the 70K and ran whatever, like 70 in total. And I was like, you know what? I only have like 30 more to go. I can do it. I can do 100K in one day. And so I started walking, and then it started to rain. So I ran to a bus shelter and was like, I'll just hang out here for a bit. And then I kind of got really tired, and I was like, I'm just gonna sleep here. It's a bus shelter. It's going to shelter me. I'm going to be fine. So I kind of like put my card in, laid back, making it look like I wasn't there permanently, like I had my book out and everything just in case someone came out like, oh, I'm reading. And then I fell asleep and I woke up soaked because I didn't realize that bus shelter is a very loose term in regard to how it protects you. I didn't realize there was like raised glass, so I slept and all the rain came right in. I got soaked. I ended up having to like, I tried to make it look at first that I wasn't staying there, then I went full on the other direction. I like had a tarp wrapped around with my sleeping blanket, and I was like on the handlebars to my wagon thing because I didn't want to be touching the ground. So it was the most uncomfortable sleep I've had in a very long time. Probably going to do it better next time, or not at all. Gonna try to avoid bus shelters. I was just too lazy to set up my bivy tent because it was raining and I didn't want to be wet. But anyway, ended up going the next day, walked a bunch, made it to Montreal, stopped at an amazing place called Miss Manit's. Miss Manit's, yeah. And these two amazing, it's a mother and daughter, they own it. Mackenzie is the daughter and Deirdre is the mother, and they're amazing. They engaged me for very, as Deirdre likes to say. We stayed there, I stayed there for like 3 hours. They fed me like the most beautiful, like amazing pastries and date squares, salad, all this stuff. And they were nice enough. First of all, I forgot to pay. I left. And I was sleeping, I was like, oh my god, I gotta go back! And then they let me have it on the house, which was amazing. So I'm gonna try and bring whoever I know there. So if anyone here is in Beaconsfield, I think it's in Beaconsfield on Lakeshore, let me know and I'm going to come meet you and we're going to go eat them and pay them for food because it was so good. I want to try one of their cinnamon buns. Anyway, hi Deirdre and Mackenzie, how's it going? But yeah, that was the end of day, and then I made it to, oh, that was hilarious. Because I stayed 3 hours at Miss Manit's, I had to like get there a little faster, so I decided to hop on the train. Walked by a couple stations and none of them had any like ramps or elevators. So I'm like, how the hell am I going to get my wagon onto the train? Like, that's really disability approved. What was that? Not very what's the word? I'm trying to think. Very inaccessible for the disabled. And so I kept going, and finally I found one with a ramp. And I was like, okay, so there's a ramp. So I bought my ticket, went down the ramp, and then I go up, and there's no ramp. It's just stairs. So I had to like, all the way up. And then I got onto the station, missed the train, so I had to wait 2 hours, so fell asleep on the track. And then, when the train came, I also realized, also very inaccessible. The stairs are like this tall, and there's like 3 huge ones that get up onto the train. So I'm trying to like drag this cart up these stairs. I look like an idiot. And this woman comes rushing over trying to help me. She works on the train. Leanne, oh, I forget her name already. She was so wonderful. Leanne, she like helped me, told me where to get off. And then when we got off the train, she actually left the station with me, like came right with me out onto the street because there was construction, so she wanted to make sure that I was able to get out all right. I hope, Leanne, if you are seeing this, I gave you my website. I hope you come across this. If not, like leave me a message. I would love to keep in contact with you because you were so fantastic. But yeah, and then I got here. Kristen was amazing, Kristen and Quinn, and I just hung out, watched something 911, that show Brooklyn 911, something hilarious. Never watched it before. And then went to bed. So that was day 3. Made it to Montreal, and now today, which I will tell you about later, it's going to be my art day. I've got my pencil crayon set up, and I'm going to start drawing for the McLaren F1 live painting. Yay! Bye. Day 3. Done.